impressive, especially in that Gob Giant meta that we were in. And then, unfortunately, Pedro fell to Mugi in the upper bracket grand finals reset. So that is how Pedro got to where he is. Him and Mohamed Light, unfortunately, in that year, did not run into each other. So this is a fun matchup for us.
But they did run to each other in round 1 of this tournament. I believe Mohamed Light 2-0 Pedro here. So Pedro's got a lot to prove. He's going in for the Goblin Drill right away to try to apply some pressure. Looks like we have a Goblin Drill mirror matchup here. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, Goblin Drill mirror matchup, but 2 different looks. Pedro going for the popular look on the day, and Mo going for the look that you and I yesterday, I mean, who knows what the other 2 cards are going to be, but just Demolisher in general feels like a card that is not quite going to work, or at least it didn't work yesterday. But if one person can make it work, it's Mohamed Light at the bottom of your screen, and you're absolutely right, Juicy. A very quick 2 up, 2 down for Mo versus Pedro yesterday in the first round of the bracket.
Tesla set up in the middle of the map. Mohamed Light trying to just get ready for some solid defense. He's going for the Goblin Drill to apply some pressure as well. Would not be surprised to see a snowball come in. No, he goes for the poison instead, predicting the guards, trying to get some goblins on the tower.
Yeah, I like that poison. You know, he's down a few elixir. So we see Pedro go hyper aggressive here at the bridge. Demolisher plus Goblin should do a good job there. He has to Evo Snowball on defense.
Wow.
And Mo able to recover mostly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate this play. Obviously, I would like to see the Evo... Whoa, and the pre-Mighty Miner predicting the Evo Bomber. Nice. And he's got a double Goblin Demolisher here. Maybe he can actually make a counter push off this.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that we don't see a lot is double Goblin Demolisher, and we do know they do a ton of damage. Now pulls back the Goblinstein with the drill, and while it might have just been really pretty and fun to watch, doesn't actually get a lot done, but that could have been crazy interactions there for a second.
And we see the Tesla on the right lane. I like this decision from Mo to just switch lanes here. It's going to allow him to defend, counter push. Whenever you're in a mirror matchup and your opponent doesn't have a big spell, I always recommend switching lanes, playing same lane here, because he can continue to apply pressure, get poisons on offense, prevent his opponent's counter push, while also defending and counter pushing in the same way.
Now, there's always caveats to rules in Clash Royale, but I couldn't agree with you more, Juicy. I think that that's just something for most players to put in their back pocket is you have a big spell, your opponent doesn't have a big spell. Like you said, there is a way for you to get spell value, and that's something you need to abuse. Bomber comes down, does get one shot on the tower there. Great cycle use there by Pedro to get back to it. Great use there of Mo to get the Ice Spirit out to activate King Tower to now help a little bit with the defenses, all while almost evening up the game in damage. 1898, Pedro's lowest tower, 1620 or 1602 now, Mo's lowest tower as that Evo Snowball comes in. Tesla there, though, to do some good cleanup. Still a little bit more damage than maybe Mo would have liked. 1455, no building in cycle. Pedro goes Goblinstein right at the bridge.
Yeah, and that's going to force Mo to use his win condition, the Goblin Drill on defense. And here comes another Goblin Drill from Pedro to keep applying pressure. Mighty Miner does prevent the Goblins from locking on the tower. Goblins on the Goblinstein to try to continue to win this this interaction. And Goblin Drill in the back, he can't go for the... Sorry, Goblin Demolisher in the back. He can't go for the drill right away because he just got it back in cycle.
Tesla out here to catch. Tesla doing a decent job cleaning up those goblins. Evo Snowball comes in. No extra goblin damage done, though. We get a triple drop there from Pedro.
Wow, 2 Teslas on the board, but neither of them lock onto the Goblinstein. Snowball, but still the goblins are connecting. Evo Bomber does miss, but there's only 30 seconds left. Mo needs a lot of damage in this last 30 seconds.
And another Snowball. Evo Snowball is in with the Evo Ice Spirit. So great defense there for Mo, but I don't think he's going to get enough damage. He's got so much down. Poison really the only thing ticking away. Second drill comes in because that Mighty Miner is on the board, but the Goblinstein is there. The ability is popping. Guards are there as well. Poison comes down. Ooh, and that was pretty dang close. Poison not going to have enough time. Mohamed Light loses this by 100 and some change.
Wow. Mohamed Light. I don't even know what to say. I mean, he played well at the end here with a lot.
Twice where that goblin hit didn't come in. So really, really well played. Exactly what you want to see between the two best in the world, or two of the best in the world, excuse me. And also, we love it too because, you know, there was a little bit of fun BM and lore, if you will, Clash Royale lore going on between Mohamed Light and Pedro. Obviously, nothing but love between these two competitors, but it's fun to see them talk a little bit of trash to one another.
So we do see the first Royal Giant of the day from Pedro here. Wow, finally. We'll see if he's going to be able to make a win happen here, get the 2-0 sweep versus the world champ. Mo, on the other hand, with a pretty solid minor Fireball, maybe minor Rocky, does not have poison as an available option for spell.
Yeah, and it's still like, it's not quite as surprising as it used to be because Royal Giant Evo's been in the game for so long, but it is still just like, man, look at the first 3 cards played. What an aggressive way to start the game for a Royal Giant player, when in the past you would have seen Skeletons come out, then the E-Spirit, then you maybe try the Monk. So just a different game that we're in nowadays, and Pedro did get a little bit of damage from it. 27-45, Mohamed Light's lowest tower, against 29-22 with a minute 30 remaining in regulation.
I do like this matchup for Mo. I guess it does kind of depend on what his big spell is, but if you look at Mo's
lightning.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, what are the chances we see a lightning here? Lightning would be solid. It's very strong versus the Evil Hunter. But if you look at Mo's deck, like, there's not much that can actually get deflected by the Monk. The Evil Bats do a great job in this matchup. The guards, the Boss Bandit are strong. And it looks like he does have the Fireball, able to hit the tower, and the Hunter there. Really well played.
So, version of this deck was pretty popular. I believe it did have Lightning in it, the one that was run regularly on the leaderboard, but makes sense if Mo's thinking about getting to game number 3, which you know he is, because you know he wants to win this game number 2, might want to pull out Lightning in game 3.
Yeah, on the other hand, Pedro probably has a Lightning as well, so that's definitely something that Mo's going to have to watch out for when it comes to his building placements. Nope, it is a Fireball. It's going to drop down, take this cannon, and allow the RG to get one shot here. Really good value from the Evil RG there.
Yeah, and you see Mo doing, I mean, we've watched so many of his matches now that his body language and his general expressions speak volumes at this point. I feel like we're like those lip readers you see on like TikToks and stuff. And you can tell that he's definitely feeling a little frustrated right now with the way that his defenses are kind of unfolding. He's getting that Mohamed-like grimace that you see when things just aren't quite going his way. He's taking more damage than he wants, especially with a deck like this where your win condition is the Miner and kind of the Boss Bandit, but against someone like Pedro, that Boss Bandit feels like a lot less of a win condition than it would normally.
Here we see the cannon place one tile up in the opposite lane to prevent Fireball from hitting the tower and the cannon at the same time. It's a solid defense. Hunter won't get a shot, but Mo, this is not the situation Mo likes to be in. He doesn't like to be down damage in overtime. He likes to be up damage with really solid defense. And he's going to have to find some way to break through here.
Yeah, that's actually a really great point that you make about Mo. He usually does come out to the lead earlier in the matchup and then hold on and, you know, get in a spell at the end. Like you said, he usually just spends a lot of that time defending, but this is not the case you want to be in, and this is also not the situation Mohamed Light likes to play from. A little bit late on the log there.
Wow.
Knew the E-Spirit was going to come for the bats. E-Spirit gets there just in time, and now that Evo RG will get a shot, and it does. 1566, 2175. A lot of damage coming in here on the left that Mo has to sacrifice.
And the Hunter's going to get another hit too. Now the left side is the most HP done. He's going to go for the Boss Man ability right away, but the Fisherman's ready for the Miner. Fireball onto the Fisherman to try to break through, but it's just not enough. And here comes a Royal Giant from Pedro immediately.
And I was just going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, Juice, but I'm pretty sure this is also going to be a spot where Pedro wants to switch lanes, not only because it's the weaker tower, but it's the weaker tower in the same lane that that Mo's trying to work on. And so the spell value, the Hunter value, the counter push value is all so much better.
Fireball inbound, 16 seconds left in the clock. Evil Hunter's in cycle blocking the lane. The Monk is getting more chip damage, as well as with 3-card cycles, Pedro's going to cycle back to his Fireball quicker. He also catches the Miner of the Skeletons. Fireball from Mo, Fireball from Pedro, and Pedro taking down the world champion, making it through to the lower bracket finals.
And you can see both of the expressions on their face of exactly how they feel right now. Pedro looking like he just won the CRL warm-up.